Hello, I'm Alicia Malaby.
And I'm Dana Howard. Next on News 10 at 6, it has changed so many lives, but the loss of a crisis home could mean an uncertain future for moms-to-be.
A race to the finish, 4 Democrats running for president head into the nation's first caucuses with no clear leader.
And the sky's the limit for this duo. What they can do in and out of the classroom is simply amazing. News 10 at 6 starts right now.
You're watching News 10 with Alicia Malaby and Dana Howard. This is News 10 at 6.
Good evening. It is political theater seldom witnessed so early in the presidential race. 4 Democrats hoping to be the nation's next president. Will find out who has the most support.
Tomorrow's Iowa caucuses will show some of the first results of the 2004 campaign. With no real leader going in, it's still anybody's victory to be claimed. The candidates are trying to win as much last-minute support as possible. Tim Rury has the latest.
Trying to get a vote tomorrow means shaking a lot of hands today. With the first major results of the 2004 presidential campaign due Monday night, the 4 candidates in a statistical tie are crisscrossing Iowa, trying to both convert the undecided and ensure the faithful will remain true in the pressure-packed caucuses tomorrow night. Senators John Kerry of Massachusetts and John Edwards of North Carolina have seen a surge in the polls in the last few days.
And there's a huge momentum behind the campaign right now.
But will popular support translate to victory in a process that's more about getting supporters out to meetings than voters to the booths?
This race ends Monday night, and not today. And I'm out there looking for every vote.
Representative Dick Gephardt of Missouri, who won the Iowa caucuses in 1988, and former Vermont Governor Howard Dean, who has gone from front-runner to back in the pack, hope their solid organizations are a better indicator of success Monday than their dropping poll numbers.
This thing is a dead heat. Everybody's in the fight, and I really believe I'm going to win it.
Unlike the other front-runners, Dean left Iowa today to attend church with former President Jimmy Carter in Georgia. But like the others, the former governor plans to campaign in Iowa well into the night.
Here's how the candidates stack up. A survey for an Iowa newspaper shows Senator John Kerry with 26%, Senator John Edwards with 23%, the former governor of Vermont, Howard Dean, with 20%, and Congressman Dick Gephardt with 18%. With a margin of error of 4%, the Iowa caucus is still up for grabs.
With such a tight race among the candidates in Iowa, California could be an important stop on the road to the Democratic presidential nomination. News 10's Monica Diaz joins us with a look at what's at stake when it's California's turn to decide.
Dana, if Iowa and even New Hampshire show mixed results in California, this state could play a significant role. Usually these elections or these races identify the top runners or even the presidential nominee, and then California is tossed to the side. But if that doesn't happen and the candidates end up in a dead heat after Iowa and New Hampshire, California could become an important stop on the campaign trail.
I think that it's important for us to realize that we may still be relevant. We may not have been 2 weeks ago, given where the numbers were, but now we appear to be relevant as we come into March 2nd.
When one party ends up having a prolonged primary battle, that's always a good thing for the other party. Republicans can marshal their resources, the Bush campaign can save its money, it can begin to reach out, most importantly, to swing voters and moderate voters in other parts of the country, while the Democrats are still fighting amongst themselves for the primary nomination.
So what will happen next, no one knows at this point, but here in California, Democrats and Republicans will be paying close attention. We'll have more at 11. Monica Diaz, News 10.
Well, California's presidential primary is already heavy on the minds of local Democrats. In San Jose this weekend, Democrats from across the state met to plot strategy for 2004. The party is still trying to recover from October's devastating recall loss. Party leaders say their main focus now is sending Barbara Boxer back to the U.S. Senate and sending President Bush back home to Texas. Today, they decided not to take a position on Proposition 57. That's the $15 billion bond measure being pushed by Governor Schwarzenegger. And while the Democrats aim for the White House, President Bush gets ready to address the nation. You can watch the State of the Union speech on News 10 Tuesday evening. Be sure to tune in for News 10 midday and News 10 at 5 for live coverage. We'll also have commentary and analysis from political specialists.
The next move in Scott Peterson's murder trial could be decided this week. A hearing to determine the location of Peterson's trial is scheduled for Tuesday. The Modesto man is charged in the deaths of his pregnant wife and unborn son. A judge believes Peterson cannot get a fair trial in Stanislaus County. Prosecutors want Santa Clara County, but defense attorney Mark Garagos wants the trial held in Los Angeles. Other options include Orange, San Mateo, and Alameda counties. Also on Tuesday, we'll hear more about troubles in the state corrections department. Hearings are scheduled at the state capitol to investigate reported cover-ups of abuse within the prison system. The hearings will feature employee whistleblowers who say they were demoted for raising concerns about internal investigations. The hearings come on the heels of a federal report that criticizes the Corrections Department for tolerating a code of silence among its officers.
Chicks in Crisis, it's a non-profit program that provides emergency assistance to women and teenagers who are facing unplanned pregnancies. Its volunteers put in time, they put in effort, even some of their own money, to lease and operate a home in West Sacramento. But as News 10's Jay McCarthy reports, the program is now in need of some extra help and as well a new home.
And they absolutely love it. They think it's like...
Inez Whitlow is a mother, mentor, and friend to hundreds of pregnant teens and young women in turmoil.
Basically, when I tell them I'm not God and I'm not a superior court judge, I'm not here to tell you what you can and cannot do, but what I'm here to show you is how to take really good care of your children.
Her program, Chicks in Crisis, is a nonprofit organization that finds stable homes for the babies of women who aren't ready to be moms.
You have to be enrolled in school or get a job within 30 days. We teach you how to cook, we teach you how to parent, we teach you how to save your money.
I have to go inside and start the crock pot. You want to do a load of laundry?
Sure.
Awesome.
But now this program is in jeopardy. The home they lease is being sold. They need public support to continue helping these women in need.
Unfortunately, we don't know where they're going to go and what's going to happen to them. You know, do they end up back on the street? That's pretty much what'll happen.
Without this program, oh goodness, I would have been homeless. I wouldn't have had a place to go.
Laura Richardson has undergone a complete transformation here.
Last May, I found myself at the end of a very violent relationship, and I was pregnant, and I wanted to get out of it, so I called Inez.
With support from the program, Laura found a good home for her baby girl. And here she got an education. As a new graduate of massage therapy school, Laura is on her way to a new and better life.
So now she's making $37 to $75 an hour. We have no welfare. We have no nothing. She's self-sufficient and a happy camper. She loves her adopting family, and it's just really it's just beautiful, and that's how my program works. This whole world has opened up to me. You know, it's just a matter of where I'm going and what I want to do with it.
In West Sacramento, Jane McCarthy, News 10.
Chicks in Crisis is a nonprofit program. It doesn't rely on any government funding. That's why it needs some private donations to help move the entire operation. So if you're interested in helping out, you can call Chicks in Crisis. That number in the 916 area code is 441-1243. Or if you'd like to take a look at the website, you can log on to news10.net and look under our web links, and it'll take you right to it.
Well, tomorrow is more than just a three-day weekend. The nation will remember a man whose peaceful revolution changed America forever.
And still ahead, there are two students with one dream, and that's to be all that they can be. Find out how this brother and sister plan on reaching those high goals. Coming up next on News 10.
And now, this is News 10 at 6.
Martin Luther King, he left an indelible mark on the nation with his dream and his vision for equality and as well for peace.
Will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
The nation will begin the week celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. January 15th is his actual birthday. He would have turned 75. He was a champion of the civil rights movement, and Dr. King's vision lives on. They are the cream of the crop, you could say. News 10 recognizes students for outstanding achievements and academic excellence.
Usually we focus on one student, but tonight we feature a dynamic duo. As News 10's Dan Adams shows us, brother and sister Mike and Katie Allen reached their goals as a team.
They are a year apart in age and a year apart at Sacramento's Kennedy High School, but in so many things, Mike and Katie Allen are together. Take, for example, debate.
It's fun, just because we sort of think the same way. He's only a year older than me, so we really grew up together, and we think the same way. And, you know, if we lose, I can blame him, and if we win, I did it. So it's lots of fun.
Mike rarely has to take the blame because when it comes to debating, this brother-sister team rarely loses.
These are the trophies my sister and I won throughout last year.
Wait a minute. These are all the ones you won just from 1 year?
This is last year alone, yes.
Last year alone?
Yeah.
You got a pretty good collection of trophies there,
Yeah,
Mike.
we do.
Both with academic honors too numerous to mention, Mike and Katie's home is filled with awards.
It's my second place National Extemporaneous Trophy.
They have competed and won national debate championships.
Our proudest trophy is the tall one in the back. Hang on just a second.
Mike won Speaker of the Year trophy for the entire Valley section. Then there is drama.
Both my sister and I have been in most of the plays for the past 2.5 years. As a matter of fact, we put on one of her plays that she wrote last year.
Killing innocent civilians is not something I'm proud of.
That's Mike performing at Sac State in Hero, that play written by Katie. Teacher Terry McSweeney recommended the two for News 10 Student Scholar. She said it would be impossible to nominate one without the other.
They know exactly where they're going, they have direction, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get there. And I think that's really unusual in kids at this age.
Both Katie and Mike believe education is the most important thing society can do for people. As for individual success, choose something in life you love to do.
When you love doing something, you get better at it, and you get better at it, and you achieve what you want to achieve.
In Sacramento, Dan Adams, News 10.
Good advice. Mike wants to pursue a career in politics or law, and he's applied to several universities, including Georgetown and Harvard. Katie has her sights set on USC and eventually wants to become a screenwriter. Both have volunteered extensively for activities outside of school, including support of senior citizens and helping out at the Salvation Army. Now, if you'd like to nominate a deserving student or two, you can fill out a form on our website, news10.net, or send us a nomination form at P.O. Box 10, Sacramento. The zip code is 95812. Their parents must be very proud.
They have to be. And you can tell they're going to be great.
They will.
And will achieve that success. I can see her as a screenwriter. I could definitely see him as a politician.
Wearing a lot of different hats in their lives, that's for sure.
Very good. Well, our gray skies, they're going to have a silver lining.
Eventually.
That's what J.D. says. We're going to talk to him coming up next.
Yeah, he'll have the forecast, and we'll find out if maybe, perhaps, it'll get warmer. Stay with us.
Don't miss the Spinners at John Esquaga's Nugget, January 17th and 18th.
It began with a quest. Elevate the SUV. Introducing the 2004 Buick Rainier. The cabin features exclusive Buick quiet tuning, spacious, leather-appointed seating, with a 290-horse V8 power plant. Lease this Rainier for around $399 a month. Call for residency restrictions and other details. Rainier, it's a brand new Buick.
Peja, is it true that you're changing teams?
No, I'm not changing. I've just joined the Good Feet team.
But why the Good Feet team, Peja?
Because the Good Feet is the leader in art support, and my feet take a beating every game. It's good to be with the leader.
At the Good Feet store, we will custom fit you with the finest art supports to relieve your pain and better align your whole body for greater comfort, better posture, and support. Satisfaction guaranteed. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Modesto, and now in Roseville.
Everybody needs good feet.
Capture breaking news on camera. Send in your digital pictures and become part of News 10's Digicam network. Details on news10.net.
With just announced 0.9 60-month financing or $1,500 cash back, there's never been a better time to take a look at the powerful, stylish 2004 Nissan Altima. Wow! With 0.9 60-month financing or $1,500 cash back, the Altima's never been more attractive. Nissan Altima.
JD joining us now, and we had a little bit of sunshine this afternoon. It was nice.
A skosh of sunshine.
Stepped out, saw it, stepped back in when it got cloudy.
That's right. We do have a silver lining. Good news. Every day is just going to have more sunshine and more as we progress through the Martin Luther King holiday, and then through your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and a little bit of liquid sunshine for you, maybe on the 7-day forecast. Here's how it is looking right now outside. The cloud cover that brought some sprinkles overnight, well, that's all moving down to the south. It's very weak because a strong ridge of high pressure is building. That means we have a dome of high pressure, and that means also any cloud cover is going to be very difficult to break through. Progressively, that air will continue to sink even more. We'll get compression, and we'll start to see even some low 60-degree temperatures as we progress through the week. Some of this right here, because we still have some cool air in the atmosphere, Some of this may produce some light snow flurries over the mountains. Not enough, really, for you to really worry about chain controls. Not at all, as a matter of fact. But just enough for me to at least mention to you. We'll fly underneath. The low cloud cover still was there. Any snow is well north, up around Idaho, Oregon, Washington continues to get a mix. But we continue to just see the low clouds, at least through today. Take a look. Here's a time lapse that we captured for you. Kevin Lamb helped me with this one. You can see we'll progressively take this from 4:30 to about just before 5 o'clock. Look up to the sky right there. There's that blue, beautiful lining up there that we're talking about. And then we'll continue with the time lapse, and we'll kind of settle it out right there, looking north up the Sacramento River. How about that 5-degree guarantee? I told you it would be 52 degrees. Downtown high just came over the wires. It was 53 officially. Hey, let's look at some other temperatures as we go to Fairfield tonight. You can see the Edwards Cinema in the back. And traffic moving along pretty good on your Sunday before the King holiday. Okay, 53 goes in the record books. Pair of 50s for Stockton and Modesto. Marysville, 55, and 52 is the high in beautiful Fairfield. Lake Tahoe, their high was 44 after a morning low of 24 degrees. Sunrise tomorrow morning. Get up, enjoy it. Well, you might not see it if you're still in the valley. 721, but above 2,000 feet, you'll have a beautiful morning. Sunset tomorrow will be at 5:13. Let's round the bases now. Sacramento here at News 10. It's 49 degrees. And in Stockton, it's 48, light southwest wind. And Modesto is 48, northwest to about 2 miles per hour. Calm winds for all of you in Roseville. 47 is your outside air temperature. Elk Grove is also 47, 91% humidity. Barometers are continuing to rise as high pressure builds throughout the Central Valley and all of the west. It's 41 up in Placerville, light northeast wind there. Pollock Pines is 40. Last but certainly not least, at Tahoe, South Tahoe High, they have a day off tomorrow. It is 35 degrees. Winds are calm. Again, let's take a look now at the progression of the clouds. They move to the south, and as we see a dome of high pressure build, the wind around an area of high pressure moves clockwise in this direction. So that's why we're going to see a light north-northwest wind. Not significant, but enough to really scour out the valley and change our weather pattern from an onshore flow of air to an offshore flow of air, at least through Friday. So dry weather all the way with a light northwest wind, sunshine in the afternoon, perhaps some patchy fog in the morning. All right, now here's your holiday. So go out and enjoy it if you're heading to the Bay Area. 54 where Mom and Dad live in Vallejo, California. And right here through Yolo and Solano County, even Fairfield where Uncle Devin lives. They'll see temperatures warmer than today, anywhere from 5 to 6 degrees for a nice afternoon. You'll see clouds in the morning in the Central Valley, burning off for partly cloudy conditions. Beautiful Elk Grove, you'll like it in the afternoon at 57 degrees. Yuba City, a 60-degree mark for you tomorrow. That's great after the low clouds burn off. Angels Camp with a light northwest wind at 10 miles per hour. You'll also see warmer temperatures tomorrow. Pollock Pines, 38 in the morning, 52 in the afternoon. And then we really scour out. Be prepared for patchy dense fog in certain areas Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning. But as that burns off, spectacular, beautiful, maybe some high thin cirrus clouds. The next hint of rain moves in late Friday night through Saturday.
Just in time for the weekend, of course.
Here we go again.
The sunshine will be nice, though,
yeah,
for sure.
It's going to be more than just a skosh.
Yes.
What is a skosh?
Just a smidgen.
A smidgen. Thank you.
Thanks, JD.
Very precise. I like that, JD. Well, the next stop is going to be Houston. The matchup for the Super Bowl, not quite set yet, but it's looking pretty predictable. We're going to have the highlights coming up in just a few minutes.
Plus, Chris Webber has been in rehab. We're going to hear how he's doing next in sports.
Best rates online at atlantiscasino.com. Atlantis Casino Resort, Reno.
Are you getting enough fiber in your diet? If you ate as much food as it takes to get the 25 to 30 grams of daily fiber recommended by the Surgeon General, what else would you have time for? That's why there's Fiber Choice, the chewable fiber supplement, with 4 grams of fiber in each dose. That's 4 times the amount you get from fiber caplets. To get the fiber you need, make the smart choice. Fiber Choice.
Go Kings! 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 Ready for this?
The Kings and the Clippers Monday at 12:30 on News 10. You know the feeling on News 10.
there's a certain amount of magic that happens in that half hour. There's going to be a moment or two that is just going to make viewers smile or laugh, or something that they'll remember.
Well, if you like football, this was one year that you probably didn't think was ever going to turn out this way.
No, and I think the NFL is glad about that. I mean, they like the fact that there's more parity in the league than there has been, and you really never know, even late in the season, who's going to wind up going. I think certainly Carolina wasn't one on anybody's radar. I want you to think for a minute just about how difficult the task it was for Indianapolis to go on the road and play in New England today. This is a team that's used to playing indoors. You set the temperature at whatever you want. Now consider today's game. Patriots quarterback Tom Brady perhaps said it best. He said the home field advantage we have here at Foxborough is unlike anywhere else in the league. I'm sure the folks in Green Bay would beg to differ. AFC Championship Colts and Pats from Foxborough, where it was snowing and 30 degrees at game time. First quarter, no score. Tom Brady hits David Givens, no relation to News 10's Darla. Pats up 7-0, still in the first. Colts looking for the tie, but Peyton Manning is picked off in the end zone. The start of what would be a very bad day for Mr. Manning. Second quarter, Manning scrambles, another pick. This time it is Ty Law, one of his 3 interceptions today. Peyton wasn't the only one having troubles for the Colts. Bad snap on the punt. Hunter Smith just kicks it through the end zone to avoid the touchdown. Gets the safety. New England up 15-0. In the third, the Colts on the comeback. Ezra James from 2 yards out. It's 15-7. 2 Adam Vinatieri field goals later. It's 21-7. Marcus Pollard gets it in from 7 out, but the Colts would get no closer. Peyton Manning threw 4 interceptions today, his lowest passing rating of the season. Manning is overshadowed by Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. The Pats headed to the Super Bowl with a 24-14 win over the Colts in the AFC Championship game.
You know, regardless of when anyone else thinks or says, I'm proud to be the quarterback of a team that's going to the Super Bowl for 2 times in 3 years.
This was a stepping stone for us. We came in here expecting to win, and if we played hard and played together, but this is not the ultimate goal. You know what I mean? The ultimate goal is to go down to Houston and win.
So, the New England Patriots are headed to the Super Bowl for the second time in the past 3 years. When they get to Houston next week, they will face either the Philadelphia Eagles or the Carolina Panthers, those two playing in the NFC Championship game as we speak. And I'm surprised by this one. Carolina is up by 2 touchdowns. It's in the second half. We'll have highlights and a final score for you tonight at 11. The Sacramento Kings are gearing up for their longest road trip of the season. The Kings play 7 of their next 8 games away from Arco, including a 6-game road trip. And believe it or not, this road trip will be crucial for Chris Webber. I had a chance to speak one-on-one with Webber this past week. Still no date on his return, but when his teammates hit the road for this 6-gamer, Webber will use that time to see just how ready he is. He hasn't played since injuring his knee in last year's playoffs in Dallas. The progress has been slow, and Webber says he is fully expecting to suffer a setback at some point in time.
I know we're going to have a setback. That's natural.
Really?
That's natural in any rehabilitation, to have a day of frustration, a day of soreness. Right now, to get as many practices as I can in, and to try to come back as soon as possible.
Again, no actual return date for his return. The Kings are off today. They play a special day game tomorrow in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Kings and LA Clippers. It is a 12:30 tip-off from Staples. You can watch the game live right here on News 10. NBA this afternoon. Boston fans, your football team won, not so much for your basketballing Celtics. Celtics and Spurs from the Fleet Center. San Antonio's owned this series lately. Today, win number 12 in a row for the Spurs over the Celtics. Rasho Nesterovic with a season-high 23. Give him 13 rebounds as well. San Antonio hands Boston their 4th straight loss at 109-92. And I think I sat here yesterday and told you guys I predicted the home team in both these 2 games today, so I'm going to go 1 for 2, looks like. I did think New England with that weather today would win. I did not think Carolina could go into Philadelphia and win, but looks like they're going to pull it off. So.
And last I checked, with a 11-point lead?
Exactly.
That's
I'm very surprised by that one. It is tough to go on the road this late in the season and win games in somebody else's stadium, but that's what they're doing, so you got to like Carolina.
And talk about the Kings real quickly. I don't see the point in putting him in there, Webber in there, so long as the Kings are still playing like they're playing.
They need him in April. They don't need him in January.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he needs to make sure he's as close to 100% as possible before he gets out there, because he's going to start as soon as he plays. So that's what they're looking at right now.
And no need to push it. Nice to hear him realistic, too, about
exactly. Yeah,
his recovery.
Yeah. Setback, that's okay. We'll still keep resting up.
Exactly.
Keep going. All righty.
And, J.D., one last look at the weather?
All right, here's the plan. More low clouds tonight and tomorrow morning, but after that, we're going to start to see the sun on your holiday afternoon. More sun on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Next chance for rain moves in on Saturday. So I think we'll have a nice afternoon tomorrow.
I forgot what the sun looked like. I can't wait to see it tomorrow.
I know, it'll be fun.
Everybody, look outside for the sun. JD says it's going to be here tomorrow.
Thanks for spending time with us this evening.
See you back at 11.
The top story this morning, the capture of Saddam Hussein. Congratulations, Governor Schwarzenegger.
Dozens of homes were lost within an hour.
I think it's great that Channel 10 is doing this. I think it says a lot about the community station.
We're just right for school because we watch News 10 Good Morning with Monica Woods.
Every morning, Monica tells kids what the weather will be at the bus stop and during recess. Watch Monica every morning at 5:30, 6:30, or 7:25. Visit news10.net, fill out the forecast, and your class could win a prize. It's the bus stop recess forecast with Monica Woods on News 10 Good Morning.
Monica rocks!
Grandma was a little reluctant to give up her home, but once we found Eschaton Lodge Granite Bay, her life changed for the better. She gets all the help she needs with everyday living. Plus, she's not lonely anymore, with a full calendar of activities centered around fun, fitness, and friends. She's smiling again, and when I'm not visiting, I feel better knowing she's safe, comfortable, and happy.
Call for a tour of Eschaton Lodge Granite Bay, an environment that enhances life.